So for today's video, we're going to be jumping into price discussions and how the latest rumors state that the Xbox Series X will be priced lower than the PlayStation 5 by $100. First, let me know if Sony did in fact price the PlayStation 5 higher than the Xbox Series X, would you still buy it over the Series X at that point? Well, we don't know how both consoles will perform yet until they launch, obviously. Based off the spec sheets, the Xbox Series X is the more powerful console. So, comment below, if Sony did price the PlayStation 5 higher than the Xbox Series X, would you still buy a PlayStation 5? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into today's video, Micheal Pachter, who's someone I've covered in the past, and in terms of predictions, people aren't really fans of his because they tend to be wrong from what I've heard. But the story today is around his latest prediction on the pricing of both next-gen consoles. Now, before we get into his latest quote, I want it to be known that Micheal Pachter has stated that he believes both consoles will be priced at $399 last year with the following statement. Speaking to website Gaming Bolt, he stated, "The specs suggest $500 or so, but my bias is that Microsoft will announce $399 and Sony will follow suit." And his latest statement comes from a call him, Jeff Keighley, ex-Microsoft, ex-EA's Peter Moore, and Xbox's Aaron Greenberg had recently. And Micheal Pachter stated the following in regards to pricing for both next-gen consoles. "From what I've seen, Sony's gonna have to charge $500 for the PlayStation 5, and Microsoft has a big balance sheet. If they want to cut the price by $100, just price below, subsidize the first 10 million, they will. I think they're waiting for Sony to blink first, and then they'll reveal the price." Now, for me, I have a couple of issues with this statement. What changed since last year where he said both consoles will be priced at $399? The only thing I can come up with is the CV situation happening across the globe, which has limited the quantity of the parts needed to build both consoles, making the parts more expensive. This would, of course, be the case for both Microsoft and Sony, and not Sony alone. So I see where he says Sony will have to price at $500, but what I don't get is why he thinks Sony wouldn't also take a loss. Sony has taken a loss with the PS4, PS3, etc. So why not the PlayStation 5? Sony clearly knows where their money comes from when it comes to PlayStation, and that is digital sales. And if we look at Sony this past generation, they've made a ridiculous amount of money from the PlayStation brand. I remember reading something crazy from Sony's 2019 financial results call, and how in 2018, PlayStation Network alone made more money than both Microsoft's Xbox division and Nintendo for 2018 off PlayStation Network alone. Sony with PlayStation clearly has a financial backing, and why would they flip-flop on a successful plan they executed flawlessly in 2013? I don't personally see Sony going ahead and pricing the console at $499 if Microsoft will price their console at $399. While we don't know the performance outcome of both consoles until they launch, the narrative is already out that the Series X is more powerful than the PlayStation 5, which it is, but as we know, Sony has optimizations throughout the console to boost up that performance, but people don't acknowledge that as much as what they see on the spec sheets. So, do I see Sony releasing a console that in the public's eye is weaker than the competition for $100 more like Microsoft did in 2013? I don't. I really don't. I think that if Microsoft is pricing their console at $399, Sony will as well. And I think that Micheal Pachter also has the same beliefs, because outside of Jeff Keighley's interview call, which everyone everywhere is covering, Micheal was also on Hip Hop Gamer's live stream days prior and stated the following.
So the answer is, I think Phil's doing a great job. I think Jim Ryan's a tougher competitor than Andy House was, and Kaz Hirai before that. And so we'll see. If Microsoft announces $400 first, Sony's going to kind of have to price it at $400. And they may not be able to afford to do that, but they're going to kind of have to do it. So be interesting to see.
So it's clear off of this statement that Micheal Pachter does actually believe that Sony will have to price the PlayStation 5 at $399, even though, as he states, they can't afford it to match the Xbox Series X. But really, who knows? I could be swallowing my words later this summer when prices are announced for both consoles and the Series X happens to be cheaper. But in regards to Micheal Pachter, he still actually believes the price for both will be $399. But you guys let me know if you see the Series X being priced lower than the PlayStation 5. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button as it always helps. And subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "I've had the bag ready," because regardless of price, I've had the bag ready. I've had the money ready. I'm ready to pre-order. Just tell me where and when. And if you feel the same way, destroy the comment section with "I've had the bag ready." And I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays at the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.